I'm at a point in my life like we all grew up in the streets and we try to be better, but they labeled us felons, sent us back to jail. I had to fight against that the whole time to gain my respect and be who I am.
What's up, King Son?
I'm trying to enjoy this life.
Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, Daddy. You putting in that work. Proud of you. I love you.
I appreciate it. Love you too, man.
Yeah.
So now the internet is buzzing with claims that federal investigators are supposedly digging into what really happened between Meek Mill and Diddy after alleged evidence started circulating online. None of this has been proven, but word on the street is that Meek's name keeps popping up in conversations tied to Diddy's legal mess, and that alone has people talking loud. The rumor mill says Meek wasn't just around for the good times, but that he may have known about other shady moves connected to Diddy and chose to stay quiet. People online swear this theory makes sense because Meek has repeatedly defended Diddy, even while getting seriously dragged across social media for it, and the backlash has been non-stop. So now everyone's asking the same wild questions. Are these rumors about Meek being overly loyal to Diddy actually true, or is this just another case of internet exaggeration? And what exactly are investigators allegedly looking at that has fans so shaken right now? Things really blew up last year when Lil Rod filed a lawsuit that mentioned Diddy and described events at a private party. According to the filing, Lil Rod claimed he was flown to Miami to help with music. But shortly after arriving, he felt the situation wasn't about studio sessions anymore. He alleged that parties were happening constantly and that he felt pressured in uncomfortable ways. Lil Rod claimed that he wasn't always fully aware of what was happening and described feeling taken advantage of during those moments, which is a serious accusation that has not been proven in court. What really sent shockwaves online was Lil Rod's claim that Diddy allegedly tried to convince him that being close could lead to industry favors, even mentioning that other artists like Meek and Usher were involved. Again, these are allegations from a lawsuit, not confirmed facts, but the internet has been running with it non-stop. As you can imagine, the internet absolutely lost it after those claims dropped. Usher stayed completely silent, but Meek spoke up fast, and he wasn't playing around at all. He jumped straight into denial mode, saying he'd shut down any celebrity instantly if they ever tried something out of line with him. Meek went on a long rant, basically saying he's built different and nobody would even think to approach him with anything weird. He made it clear he's from Philly, runs with a tight circle, and moves heavy in the industry, claiming people already know not to cross certain lines with him. He even laughed it off online, saying he woke up seeing his name on every blog like folks were waiting on his downfall. But just when it looked like the situation couldn't get messier, things took another wild turn. A man claiming to be Diddy's former bodyguard dropped an audio clip that he said was recorded during a private party. According to him, the audio allegedly captures Meek and Diddy in a hidden room during a so-called freak-off event, and that claim alone sent social media into chaos.
Champagne was spiked, son. Like, all the champagne was spiked. Everybody was passed the fuck out. I don't drink, so I was playing that shit off.
Even though it was only audio and nothing has been confirmed, people online swore the voices sounded exactly like Meek and Diddy. The former bodyguard claimed he personally made the recording after seeing them head into a private space together, and that statement poured gasoline on an already blazing fire. None of this has been proven, but the mix of denials, leaked audio, and bold accusations has kept the blogs working overtime and the streets talking non-stop. Once all these claims started circulating, people online began playing detective and connecting dots like crazy. Folks pointed back to an old clip Diddy posted that showed Meek cooling off in a pool after a wild party, and social media treated that video like it was some kind of hidden message, even though nothing in it proves anything on its own.
King Son?
I'm trying to enjoy this life.
Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, Daddy. You putting in that work. Proud of you. I love you.
I appreciate it. Love you too, man.
Yeah.
As if that wasn't enough chatter, people also noticed Meek had been following an adult-themed page on X, and the internet ran with it immediately. Fair or not, that discovery just added more noise to an already loud situation, and blogs didn't waste a second amplifying it. You'd think after all that heat, Meek would lay low and avoid anything tied to Diddy, but nope, he moved the opposite way. Not long after, he jumped into the back and forth between Christian Combs and 50 Cent, a beef that had nothing to do with him. and that decision raised even more eyebrows. It all started when Christian dropped a diss track aimed at 50, calling him out for speaking on Diddy and even hinting that there was information authorities hadn't uncovered yet. That lit a fuse, and 50 went straight into roast mode, clowning Christian for trying to sound tough while growing up privileged in Hollywood. Out of nowhere, Meek jumped into the comments and fired shots at 50 online, accusing him of stirring things up and speaking like an insider. He posted a long rant defending himself and Christian, saying people should stop celebrating indictments and stop tearing each other down, all while flexing that he was on vacation with his son for his birthday. But anyone who knows 50 knows he never lets a comment slide. He clapped back almost instantly, dragging Meek into the spotlight again and reviving those boy toy rumors that Meek's been trying to shut down. To make it sting more, 50 even took a jab at Meek's recent sales, turning the whole situation into another viral mess. 50 didn't slow down at all and fired back with sarcasm, saying Meek shouldn't be on vacation, but instead choosing whether he's still chasing dreams or standing by someone he's loyal to, and he even claimed to respect that loyalty. What stood out to a lot of people was how fast Meek clapped back about album sales, yet never directly shut down the claims about his connection to Diddy, which only fueled more talk online. Meek responded by flexing numbers, saying his project Expensive Pain sold over 90,000 copies in the first week and that his last release with Rick Ross was just business to wrap up contracts since they're already well off. He brushed off 50's style, calling it weak, and laughed it off publicly, but the focus quickly shifted away from music again. Because, of course, 50 wasn't letting that slide. He immediately posted an old party clip of Meek singing directly to Diddy, framing it in a mocking way and captioning it with heavy sarcasm, congratulating Meek for being supportive and wishing the pair a long life together. That post spread fast and had blogs buzzing within minutes. Then things took another unexpected turn when Jaguar Wright entered the conversation with a fresh claim. According to her, the audio people were talking about didn't come from a bodyguard at all, but was allegedly recorded by Nicki Minaj back when she was still dating Meek. Jaguar claimed this was the real reason Nicki ended the relationship so suddenly. She also alleged that Nicki never released the recording because she feared serious backlash at the time.
And then Meek Milk running around, talking about expensive pain
now,
in his ass.
Wait, this is Philly you're talking about now. Wait a minute, Jag.
Meek.
Wait a minute.
He's a fucking Fruit Loop. He Diddy-fied.
This is Philly.
He's a deep fried period. He Diddy-fied. He Diddy-fried. He the Diddy do-I-bop. Fuck Meek. Real rap.
You think that audio that they put out was real?
Yeah, that was him.
None of these claims have been proven, but once again, the internet grabbed hold of the story and refused to let go, pushing the controversy even further into the spotlight.
Nicki put that out there. That Nicki recorded that at the freak off in the Calabasas.
Man.
She been waiting to drop that shit on Meek.
Oh, man.
She just wasn't gonna tell nobody it was Diddy. But now that Diddy out there, why not?
So then who's the guy who's claiming he recorded it?
Oh, somebody that got paid?
Yeah, he said like I was standing
somebody
outside the door.
that got paid.
Yeah.
After Jaguar's claims hit the timeline, the conversation exploded all over again, and this time it wasn't just blogs talking. Fans, critics, and industry insiders started arguing about who to believe and who might be exaggerating for attention because the stories were getting messier by the hour. Some people pointed out that Jaguar has made bold statements before, while others said she's been right about industry secrets in the past, which only made the situation more confusing. Either way, her comments pushed Nicki Minaj's name into the spotlight again, even though she hasn't said a single word about any of it. What really caught people's attention was how quiet Meek stayed after this wave hit. No tweets, no long explanations, no screenshots, nothing. That silence had social media spinning theories, with some saying he was protecting himself, while others claimed he was being advised to stay quiet because things had gone too far. Meanwhile, Diddy's camp also stayed silent, and that lack of response made people even louder online. Every old clip, lyric, and interview started getting reposted and reanalyzed like it was evidence in a courtroom, and the speculation just kept growing. At this point, the story wasn't even about music anymore. It turned into a full-blown industry controversy, with loyalty, power, and reputation all being questioned at the same time. Whether these claims ever get proven or not, one thing is clear. The internet isn't done talking, and this situation is far from cooling off. As the silence dragged on, old interviews and clips started resurfacing hard, and people online began picking apart every moment Meek ever shared with Diddy. Folks replayed award show hugs, studio shoutouts, and party footage, acting like each frame held some hidden meaning, and the comments were ruthless. Then fans started pulling lyrics from Meek's past music, claiming certain lines hit different now. Even songs that were once ignored suddenly became receipts in comment sections, with people arguing over whether the bars were just creative talk or coded messages meant to stay low-key at the time. What made things even louder was how other artists stayed far away from the conversation. No public support, no defenses, no denials, nothing. That distance had social media saying everyone was protecting themselves and didn't want to get pulled into something that could spiral even further. At the same time, bloggers began claiming there were more recordings, messages, and witnesses that hadn't surfaced yet. None of that has been verified, but just the idea that more could drop was enough to keep the timeline on edge and refreshing nonstop. And while Meek kept a low profile, his every move was still being watched. A simple like, a follow, or a post about music instantly turned into another debate, with people reading way too deep into everything he did. The pressure stayed heavy, the rumors stayed loud, and the spotlight didn't move an inch. As always, the internet had plenty to say, and the comments were all over the place. One person claimed Meek wanted access to that behind-the-scenes industry money and felt like he had to sacrifice everything to stay in position, which sparked a whole debate on power and control in the music world. Another commenter took a more emotional angle, saying it was sad because Meek allegedly looked up to Diddy like a mentor or father figure, and questioning whether that relationship crossed boundaries allegedly, which made people uncomfortable but curious at the same time. Now the big question is this: what do you think is really going on here? Do you believe these allegations are being blown out of proportion, or do you think there's more that hasn't come to light yet? And do you honestly think there are videos or recordings out there that could change everything? Drop your thoughts in the comment section below, because this conversation is far from over. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who needs to hear about this mess.